that they will do a window tinting on vehicles. And the lady who's interested in renting the place from me, Destiny, not that they own some window tinting business on University Drive. I forgot what the name of it is, but they are intending to rent the building from me and move their business over there. Mustard Tint, that's the name of the business. So I'm trying to rebuild it to suit their needs. See if they, it won't be no more mechanical. There's been a mess, and I feel sorry. I apologize for having such an ugly place there for a number of years. That the people that I had before, they just done nothing,
Yeah.
and I kind of abandoned it myself. So I'm back to see if I can rebuild it. See if I'm allowed to make some fabrication panels to match the outside and see what I'm allowed to do. I am here to follow the rules to see what I can do with the building to make it look a little better, to give it a different appearance, so it won't be so ugly.
Great.
So that's what I'm here to see.
Sounds great.
To see if I can make it look a little better. I also need to get a permit to scrape the base where the pumps, the all gas station pumps sit on. It's about 6-7 inch off the ground, and I like to just ground that down or dig it out and reconcrete it or whatever I'm allowed to use to make it as a parking space, so that you're going in and out the main door, because it's kind of aggravating just walking over the concrete. But I don't want to do anything that I'm not allowed to do, and I'm here to listen to what the trouble is, if I can, what can I do, or what can I use, or what can I do to make it look. I always wanted to close both of the doors, but the lady that is interested in the building, she wants me to keep the door open so she can keep the trash can or as a little storage where the water heater will be located, and just close one of the doors, because both of them doors are just falling apart, and I will replace the one with the new metal exterior door and close that other one. I'm looking to a place here in town called Texas Air that fabricates those panels, so I can use, may not be identical the same, but we will use a paint grade steel to cut exactly the same, the ones they're building now. See if we can match the best of our ability to make it look like it was never a door there. So
Okay, great.
that's what my intentions are.
Great. Any other questions?
You're just gonna cover one of the doors, you say?
One of the doors, yes,
Leave
sir.
the other one?
Leave the other one
Trash can.
with the new door, which I will paint the same color or whatever color I'm allowed to use. The lady wants to use the little room as a storage for the outside to keep the trash can inside, so it won't be things flying off the can, because it's been terrible. I'm sorry that the people who was there, they just trashed the place up really bad, and I got to the point where I don't want to see that even myself. I want to make it look a little better.
Good.
It's a very old building, but see if I can renovate it and make it look like it's part of the business downtown. So.
I know you did an excellent job on redoing the building on North Street.
On our street,
You
yeah.
did the Mexican restaurant up there.
Yeah, see, it was 7 months of
I know,
work.
you put a lot of time into that.
Yeah, a lot of time, and I worked there holidays, the weekends and days, and late at night and stuff like that too. But
Put in the same effort downtown too.
I will. I definitely try.
Sure you will.
And I will try to keep the grass down. And I did tell the lady, and it seemed like to me they're nice people, so they want to have the business that they will dispose a lot of, garbage and stuff like that. So just make it look nice and clean, and that's about what I want. So,
Thank you very much.
all right. Thank you for listening.
Jessica, do you have anything else?
No, sir.
Do you have a motion on this item?
I motion that we approve on the criteria B, D, J, and K, that we go ahead and approve that.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? There being no discussion, we'll ask that all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it unanimously. Next item, Jessica.
Our next couple items are very similar. These are the fun ones where we get to give money away to people. So this is item 3B, consider historic restoration grant reimbursement for the property located at 526 East Pillar Street, HRG 2024-002. And I'll start off by apologizing. In your packet, it has the wrong picture. The picture does not correspond with this address. The work was done. We just uploaded the wrong picture with it. So that was my mistake. This applicant was, the project was to replace the existing roof with a new roof to match. Typically, that's ordinary maintenance, but of course came before HLPC because there was a historic restoration grant attached to it. This applicant estimated that the project would cost $11,255. The applicant provided staff with copies of invoices matching that amount, and this project was funded at 4.95%, which all of them were for this grant year, just because of how many applications we had. That's how we kind of had to split the pie. And so their final project cost not to exceed was $557.57. And so staff recommends approval of the release of grant funds in that $557.57 amount, since the project was completed.
Any audience comments that are being done? We'll now ask for a motion. You got one? Got a motion?
I make a motion that we reimburse the property owner for his portion of expenses.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Just to clarify, this is the greenhouse directly behind my house, right?
Correct,
522
yes,
Smith.
it is.
There being no discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it unanimously. Item is approved. Jessica?
Our next item is 3C, consider historic restoration grant reimbursement for the property located at 113 South Lanana Street. This is the project that got their picture in there twice. Mr. Tracy was approved to paint the exterior of the building at an estimated cost of $10,750. The applicant provided staff with copies of invoices and proof of payment in the amount of $11,679.39. He, as well as everybody else in this year, was awarded 4.95% of the project cost, not to exceed $532.55. Since the project was completed, staff recommends approval in the release of the grant funds for $532.55. And you have here his expense report as well as the photo of his property.
There being no audience members, we'll ask for a motion.
I make a motion, we release the grant funds.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it unanimously. Jessica?
Item 3D, consider historic restoration grant reimbursement request for the property located at 303 North Mound Street. This applicant, Robbie Beck, applied for funding to help paint the exterior of the building. The estimated cost on this one was $38,000. So the project was funded at 4.95%, not to exceed $1,882.51. This applicant provided staff with copies of invoices and payments in the amount of $18,000. They went with a different painting company, so the cost was significantly less. So that 4.95% is based on what they actually spent on that $18,000. So staff recommends the release of funds for $891, which is 4.95% of the $18,000, and the project was completed. Here you have the expense report as well.
Okay. Do we have a motion to this item?
I move that we accept HRG 2024-009 and give these people their money.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. We have a motion and a second for the item. Any discussion? There being no discussion, we'll ask for a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it unanimously.
And that is all we have for you today. Your next regularly scheduled meeting is November 4th at 4 p.m. And that'll be the fun one, with all of our historic restoration grant stuff on there.
Only because you're sitting beside me.
All right, thank y'all so much.